I also got little, what are these? Squawkers. I don't know if I throw this, if it's just gonna, okay. I really hope my roommate is awake because if not, I have probably woken her up. Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to start season 5 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And in case I have not made it obvious enough, I am like very excited for this. We're going to be watching episode 501. I feel like ever since season 1, I have told myself, and I think even told you guys, that I wanted to throw a party whenever we reached season 5. So this is sort of it. Welcome. It's a joke I took a little bit too far, which I noticed when I was at the party store with my friend yesterday, and I just kept putting things in my little basket, and I was like, okay, how far is too far? But anyways, we're doing fine up in here. I am like so excited. Since before I started the show, every friend I have ever talked to has always sort of told me that season 5 is their favorite. And I know that it's like not great for reactors to like have high expectations about stuff, so I know that I should have probably like not hyped it up as much as I did. But I think I might have failed a little bit. Of course, I have high expectations, but at the same time, every season of Buffy so far has been so great that I don't see how season 5 could be worse than anything we've ever seen. So, I'm really excited. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. I'm sure we're gonna have a blast. And it just feels like such a monumental thing for me because when I started my reactions, season 5 has always been the season that I wanted to get to because all my friends love it. So the fact that I'm actually here is just kind of crazy. My main predictions for season 5 as of right now, I do think that the season 5 big bad seems to be the spirit of the first Slayer. So this is just exciting, and I think that it was Anya said that like vengeance is really in this season or something, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there, Anya. So I do think we're going to be talking about this whole idea of like revenge and vengeance and how that applies to the first Slayer, who probably has some sort of like resentments about everything. If you do want to watch all of my crazy ass restless predictions, just join my Patreon. It's time to plug it for a second. I'm always like quite a few episodes ahead there. By the time this comes to YouTube, I'm gonna guess I'm gonna be halfway done through season 5. So if you're curious to see what I'm thinking about it so far, just make sure to join my Patreon. You'll get a couple of episodes ahead. You'll get a few exclusive videos and stuff like that. And I really appreciate everyone, whether you join my Patreon or not. So thankful for everybody who is here clicking on this video, helping me out. And I also want to see who are going to be in the credits, because I don't think anybody is leaving. I think we have a very tight core group right now, but I don't think that doesn't mean that the intro can't change. I do feel like it might. So I'm excited because I feel like the first episode of the season is sort of like where we get to meet a new character, sort of like that's where we met Maggie and Riley in the previous season, and they ended up being like really important. And I really want to see how Riley fits into season 5, by the way, because I still can't see it. Can't see the vision. I have been thinking that Anya would get upped to series regular, but Tara was such a huge part of like Restless that I wonder if she could be an instrumental part of season 5, because it kind of seemed like she could. I think a part of me is like really cheering for Tara because I love her, but at the same time, I have been wanting Anya to be like upped to like series regular for a long time now. Also, I guess my last season 5 question is, who the fuck is the cheese man? What is this man doing? How does he connect to everything? I want to see like where we stop. Like where we stopped. I wonder if this episode is gonna start off right in that moment where they just everybody knows about the cheese man and like now we're gonna discuss or something. Like I don't know. I am also going to urge all of you to please be careful with spoilers. I have been told that season 5 we get to some really spoilery territory, and please don't spoil things. You might think that you're making a joke and it's funny and people are laughing, but if you're ruining the experience for me, it is a little bit of a bummer. So for this reason, I now have a couple of mods on Patreon, on YouTube, on Discord and stuff. So if my mods ever reach out to you and ask you to please delete or alter a comment, please do it. If your comment is spoilery, you can be sure that it's not going to make it through. So there is no point in writing a spoilery comment. It will get flagged. My sort of rules when it comes to spoilers, to make it very clear for everybody, is that if I have not mentioned it, please don't mention it yourself. Because as you guys know, I have seen parts of Angel, so I do think that sometimes people give me credits for remembering things that I don't. So if I have not mentioned something that happens in like a later season of Angel or something like that, then please don't mention it yourself. Hi friends, before we head into this reaction, I wanted to do a very quick disclaimer, which is like an apology, and say I'm sorry if my schedule is going to be a little bit chaotic when posting Buffyverse reactions, but I just got a job, which is awesome, and I'm very excited, but it means that unfortunately I don't have as much time to dedicate to my channel as I did before. So this just means that like while I will continue watching Buffy, I'm watching 1 episode a week, and those are going up to Patreon because I don't have to edit them. The edits for YouTube will be slower, and I apologize. I don't exactly have a set schedule. I will keep you all posted as I go, but I just like editing is a really time-consuming process, and I have not had the time to really edit this season yet. So even though like I just filmed 512, I'm still like I haven't finished 501 yet as of right now. So please bear with me as I slowly make my way through season 5 of Buffy and season 2 of Angel. I promise that the videos are, you know, they're gonna make it to YouTube at some point, I'm pretty sure. But it's just like, it might take a little while just because I have been kind of busy. So I apologize for the inconsistent posts and stuff like that. I can't believe it, but I think that's kind of all I had to say. So I think it's actually time for season 5, and I don't know how to cope. But I guess we're doing it. I want to thank you all so much for watching this with me. I hope we have a lovely time, and let's see what this season 5 hype is about, because I am ready for this. I feel like my heart is racing like so hard right now. Like there's no reason I should be this excited, but I really fucking am. Okay, I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna press play. Oh, Jesus. I just love these scenes of Buffy kicking ass. Like, the entire show could be this, and I would watch it and thank her for it. Oh my god. What? He's still in the intro? Okay. Oh, yes! Yes! I am so happy for you. This is amazing. I guess Riley is still there, and I guess that's a surprise, but I feel like he could be the one person that switches out. Because I'm still not convinced that he's gonna stick through all of season 5. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say that Riley is sort of like the Oz of the season, so we're gonna lose him a few episodes in. I don't know how, but I still got that gut feeling Riley's gonna die, so. They're all at the beach together! This is so cute!
Ignis and Sente.
Oh, that's so cool!
Willow,
She's powerful.
Which food? It's no big.
Willow, you mustn't repeat what I'm about to say. Especially not to Buffy.
Uh-oh.
You promise?
I'm so scared.
I want you and the others to have everything you need at your fingertips. See, I'm going back to England.
What? No, you're not!
What? But you can't. You're Buffy's watcher.
It's becoming quite obvious that Buffy doesn't need me anymore. And I don't say that in a self-pitying way. I'm quite proud, actually.
Jaws, are you shitting me? No!
But what about the rest of us?
And, you know, we'll stay in touch. You can always,
What?
always call me whenever you like.
What? No, he's not. He can't be leaving.
Very impressive hunt. Such power.
That was no hunt. That was just another day on the job.
I apologize. I assumed you knew. I am Dracula.
What?
Get out.
I'm sorry, what? Is he actually?
I'm the good guy, remember?
Perhaps, but your power is rooted in darkness. You must feel it.
No, it's not. Dracula,
No.
get the fuck out of
You
here.
know what I feel? Bored.
Oh, that's not fair. I guess he really is Dracula.
I'm pretty sure that's Dracula.
Wow, really? Hey, sorry, man.
I love that he goes behind
Just joking
her.
around.
What? Did he just turn into a bat? Oh my god. If Dracula is the season 5 big bad, I'm losing it.
How would you know?
Oh, we hung out a few times. Back in my demon days, you know, once or
Oh
twice.
my god.
It's pretty cool. You know,
This is
from
why I
the
love her.
whole evil thing.
Great. Perfect. Come on, puffy shirt. Pucker on up because you can kiss your pale ass good.
Silence.
Yes, master. No, that's not.
You will be my emissary, my eyes and ears in daylight.
Your emissary.
I will make you an immortal. A
Oh.
child of darkness that feeds on life itself. On blood.
I think he must have some sort of like pheromone in, whatever the hell you call that, where like people automatically sort of like fall in love with him. Like, you know, something about him.
You can take the boy out of the initiative, but you can't take the initiative out of the boy.
Hi, Spikey.
I'd put that down unless you were bucking for one hell of a headache.
Know him. We're old rivals.
Oh, what?
But then he got famous. Forgot all about his foes.
You've helped Buffy before, so she has a problem with killing you now that you're helpless. I don't.
Oh, damn.
I'd like to see you try.
Honestly, me too, kinda.
Would you?
I don't want to see her sleep. This is giving me so much anxiety.
You are magnificent.
I bet you say that before you bite all the girls. Hardly.
Pull your hair back.
Why is she doing it? Girl.
I have yearned for you. For a creature whose darkness rivals my own.
Why is... Sir? Don't...
You have been tasted.
Oh my god, is that from Angel? She still has a scar.
Do not fight.
Oh my god, please don't actually bite her, sir. What the fuck?
Feel your hunger.
Buffy snap. What? Oh my god. What? Why is he actually biting her? Please tell me this is a dream. This is not good. Oh my god, it's there. I saw it. Oh. Not again. She looks so stylish with that, though.
Dracula's modus operandi is different from other vampires. He will kill just to feed, but he'd rather have a connection with his victims. And he has all these mental powers to draw them in. He can read and control minds and appear in dreams.
Control mind. So that was a dream?
Makes sense.
Blood is life,
Oh, is that him?
according to that.
Just be aware that he tends to form a relationship with his prey. It's not enough for him to take her.
Please tell me
She
that's not a
wants to be
spider.
taken. She must.
Control over me, even though a big part of me is resisting.
Stop
it's okay.
doing that!
The Angel, I mean, it's understandable that there would be transference. I mean, they're
Don't
both
mention
pretty
him.
immortals.
I am not transferry.
Oh, when you girls are older, you'll understand. It's hard to date. Sometimes you just feel like giving up on men altogether.
Oh, Joy, sweetie. Oh, that smile though, that look. I can't. What the fuck?
I'm supposed to deliver you to the master now. There's this whole deal where I gotta be immortal. You cool with that?
Take me to him.
What? This mind game is too much.
You do the thing and
Leave us. We must not be interrupted.
you bet.
I am so scared.
I knew you'd come.
Why? Well, guess again, pal.
Put the stake down.
Okay. Right. That was not you.
Do you know why you cannot resist?
Because you're famous?
Because you do not want to.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
But first, a little taste.
I won't let you.
I didn't mean for me.
Literally, what the fuck?
You want him? You come through me. Okie
I feel like that's me. That's literally me right there.
Oh, good show, child. Oh, at least you didn't get knocked out for a change. Oh,
I don't want to know what's there though.
ladies.
What noise is that?
Would be the three sisters, yes? Excellent, right? I'd heard that you were a myth.
What are you?
All these years fighting us, their power so near to our own. And you've never once wanted to know what it is.
Oh my god, but she can't because...
Never even a taste.
What? Buffy, if she drinks that, she's gonna become a vampire, isn't she?
No, your craving goes deeper than that.
What? Why would she be craving blood? Girl, don't drink it. What if she actually becomes...
What you are, what's to come. You haven't even begun.
That's what Tara said at the end of the episode. Buffy, don't drink it. That's the cheese man right there. Like, that's just... There's something wrong. Don't do it. Girl, oh no. Oh, this is the start of something bad. Girl. What the fuck?
Find it. The darkness.
Oh my god.
Nature.
What just happened?
That was gross.
Oh damn.
My darkness now.
Holy shit, Buffy killed Dracula? Cause ma'am, that's iconic as hell.
Where's the creep that turned me into a spider-eating man bitch?
He's gone.
Damn it. You know what? I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of being the guy who eats insects and gets the funny syphilis. As of this moment, it's over. I'm finished being everybody's butt monkey.
You think I don't watch your movies? You always come back.
Can I offer you some tea?
Oh, no.
Don't tell her, cause it's not true.
You haven't been my watcher for a while. I haven't been training. And I haven't really needed to come to you for help.
Why are you saying this?
I agree.
He understood my power better than I do. He saw darkness in it. I need to know more. About where I come from, about the other Slayers. I mean, maybe if I can learn to control this thing, I could be stronger, I could be better. But I'm scared. And I can't do it without you.
Oh.
I need your help. I need you to be my watcher again.
Oh, I'm literally gonna cry.
I
His
just
face.
keep talking, don't I?
His smile was so damn pure. Like, he just seemed so actually happy.
What are you doing here?
Buffy, if you're going out, why don't you take your sister?
What?
Mom!
Wait, what? I don't get it. No, but really, I don't get it. What? Okay. Well, I'm feeling stupid. Okay, quite a few things to discuss, but I sort of want to start out by seeing the name of the episode because I am a curious person. Buffy versus Dracula. Smart. What this episode showed to me is that I am at a point where I feel like literally anything can happen. Because I was for reals worried that Buffy was going to actually be turned into a vampire. Like, I shit you not. Because I know that Dracula was saying, like, no, don't worry about it. Like, you're not actually going to turn into a vampire. I was like, but like, sir, how do I put this lightly? I don't trust you. And so I thought maybe he was like deceiving her or something. But it actually seemed like he wasn't really lying. It doesn't seem like he was lying. But the things that he's bringing up are just weird. For other parts of the episode, I was worried Xander was going to turn into a vampire. I was like, can you imagine Xander as a vampire? I mean, it would definitely sort of make him stand out. And I can just think of like, you know, the whole episode, I had like nightmares in my head because I was thinking about Buffy the Vampire. And then I had like, you know, Doppelgangland in my head and like just seeing Xander as a vampire. I was just like, I was completely out of it. I feel like because I know that season 5 has got to have like some big things, I was like, I don't know how far they're gonna push things. I don't know how crazy they're gonna go. And to me, like either of them turning into vampires would be completely insane. And the other thing that I was really doubting is I was like, could Giles actually be going back to England? And it didn't feel like he was going to leave. But at the same time, he had been so distant on the previous season that I thought, oh, maybe they're actually going to take him away for a little bit and then bring him back at another point of the season. Because I couldn't see a season 5 without Giles. I feel like that would automatically make it like not a fan favorite, which I really think season 5 is. So I was like in doubt about how long he could be gone for. But the ending of the episode, the fact that he's not going anywhere, thank you. Because this was literally Buffy and Giles' cutest fucking scene since maybe like the prom where he looks at her and I just wanted to cry because it was so cute. Like, they have such an adorable and special relationship, and just this ending right now was just everything that I have needed. Like, just I can't describe it. I feel like what they have is so special and it's such like a peculiar relationship. And you know, they even said, and I know it has nothing to do with it, but like they even mentioned the word helpless in this episode, which immediately made me think of the episode Helpless. And I just think of like how much Giles and Buffy have actually been through, which is like a lot, you know what I mean? And the fact that they still are able to have a relationship that is so fundamental and just like it's just built out of love, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing else there other than like love and concern for each other. And just, you know, I love it. I love their relationship so much. He is literally her father figure, you know. We got to focus on Buffy's relationship with her mom a lot this episode, I would feel, because we got to actually see Joyce, which is something that we hadn't in like other than Restless, like we hadn't seen Joyce in like a while. So it was nice to see that relationship, but then also we get to see Buffy and Giles, which to me is kind of like, you know, because he is a little bit like as much of a father as she's ever had. I'm glad that they are sort of addressing the problems with the previous season. You know, at the end of the season, like, you know, the elevator shaft conversation where they're talking about like, oh, we've sort of been drifting apart a little. Like, I don't know. I feel like they've been having these conversations. And then right now, the episode starting with Giles himself acknowledging that he doesn't really have a life. I feel like it's good because it makes me think that we're actually going to change. Because if he wasn't noticing, then that would be like, it would almost be like a lack of writing, like just a mistake in writing where it's like, oh, he accidentally didn't get a life. But like, it almost feels like everything is going where it needs to go is what I get from this episode. And I love Buffy's like concerns and what she asked of him. I think is so interesting because I don't know, every time I caught myself thinking about like the backstory, like the history of the Slayers, I get a little bit confused. Like I remember I have asked questions about this. I usually try and take them off the YouTube version because I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm completely insane. But I have definitely had like my, let's call them like Slayer spirals where I just get confused as to like how all of this actually works and stuff. And so I like that she's asking these questions because it makes me feel like we as an audience are going to get answers. And these are answers that I'm actually really curious to know, because it would be so cool to get to know not just about the first Slayer, where her power comes from, but also I hope we can talk a little bit about Kendra and Faith, of course. This could be the perfect reason to get Faith back into the story. Because I feel like Faith is so iconic and season 5 is so iconic that there is no way that Faith isn't going to be in season 5, right? I don't know. I'm like talking it into existence just because I feel like she just needs to come back, and I feel like this would be the perfect excuse for them to sort of understand more of what a Slayer is. I feel like Faith would like to know that too. I think it would give her some comfort, and I just want to, I want to know the answers that they're looking for. And hopefully it also would give us an excuse to talk about Kendra, because I miss her so much. It's been seasons and I still am kind of like bummed out that we never actually explored her character. So I feel like the conversations that Buffy wants to have are super interesting, super valid. What I think is interesting, it's that, this spell seems to have brought in like a dark side of the first Slayer. And I want to understand, why is the first Slayer's spirit so, like, they're making her seem like she's evil, right? Because Dracula the entire time was sort of telling Buffy that like there's like her force comes from evil, which is like bullshit. That I call bullshit. But even though Dracula was sort of being truthful, sort of, right, throughout the episode, I don't know. I don't really buy it that much, but what I do mean is that, like, it's just interesting to me why the first Slayer would have sort of an evil, and what I'm going to assume sort of revengeful spirit. What happened? What made her into a Slayer? Is she being cursed? I don't know. I have so many questions, and I'm glad that, like, that seems to be where the season is going in regards to like having answers for them. Dracula's like so big that for a second there, like for a whole second there, I was like, oh my god, could Dracula actually be the season 5 big bad? Because it was like, that would be weird, right? It really would. But I actually kind of like him as just like a monster of the week, which is what he seems like right now. He was kind of fun because I feel like it's a character that everybody knows. And even though I was caught a little bit off guard with him like coming back, and Buffy was like, you always come back, and I was like, oh shit, I should know this. In my defense, I forget. Like, I watch things or I read things and I immediately forget. Like, I remember reading Dracula, but I can't remember shit. Also, it doesn't seem like he actually died, does it? It just seems like he went somewhere else. So I have my questions about that too, in the sense of, will Dracula come back? Could Dracula be sort of an important part of season 5? It feels weird to say this. Like, are we talking about the same thing? Like, is Dracula gonna become a character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I don't know why it sounds so weird, given that this is literally a show about vampires, but saying it sounds like insane. Like, I would commit myself to a mental asylum if I was my roommate hearing this, but it's fine. So, since we didn't actually see him sort of like die, and we know that he can like sort of come back and stuff, I do think Dracula has to come back at least once more. So I wonder if this is going to be like a little bit later into the season, because I feel like the seasons usually have like 2 different halves. Like, usually around the middle of the season, things take a turn and completely change. So I wonder if he would be coming into the middle of the season to like change everything up again, because it feels like he's setting up right now what we expect to be season 5. So I wonder if he would be setting up the like second half of season 5. So I don't know if Dracula is coming back. As a character, I thought he was interesting, so sure, if he wants to come back, go for it. His vampire self was different than like the other vampires we're used to, which is fun, but for some damn reason he really reminded me of like the Twilight vampires, and I apologize for making this reference, but it is true. I feel like he could be a part of the Cullen family. I do think that's where they got like the Twilight style from, because he just reminded me of them. So yeah, Dracula, I have some questions about you, sir. It was sort of interesting to see him, the connection to the animals, the fact that he has powers, and I feel like he set up this whole idea of vampires being able to also have some sort of like, I don't want to say magic powers, but like gypsy, right? I think that's what Spike said, because I immediately thought, oh, Jenny, sweetie. It's fine. I thought of Jenny so many times this episode, it's actually sad. Like, there was no reason to, but as soon as Giles fell on that place and there was a lady, I was like, it's gonna be Jenny. And I know that it's never going to, but like, I think we can let me live in denial for a second if it's not harming anyone, right? Um, I actually literally forgot what I was saying because I got distracted by Jenny, which feels on brand. So Dracula is a vampire, but he also has some sort of gypsy-ish powers, which is interesting because I feel like it adds another layer to vampire because it means that the vampires don't have to be just vampires. They can be vampires with special powers, with gypsy stuff. So curious because I wonder if this is like, again, setups for new things, if we're gonna get to see that more. There were definitely some fun dynamics this episode. I like that we got to focus a little bit on Buffy and Joyce. I feel like I was really missing that from the previous season, especially with the Faith episodes and Joyce sort of acknowledging how much she misses Buffy. I was really pissed off at Buffy for not coming to visit Joyce. So to me, it was a relief to see that Buffy actually went home, actually spent some time with Joyce, to see that they're doing well, because I was really feeling for Joyce. And also there was a moment where she was just talking about like sort of wanting a boyfriend, let's say, and the fact that I want to say that Giles was having like a similar conversation with Willow in regards to needing a life, that I was just thinking of Band Candy, and I was like, wait, could Joyce and Giles actually be something? Because I know that they seem to be setting that up, but they sort of dropped it all the way back in season 3, like around Band Candy, right? Could they be bringing this again? Like, could they be bringing this up? Could it actually be setting up a romance in between them? I don't know, and I don't know how I would feel about it because I still don't really see them together. But I just thought it was interesting because for some reason, Joyce talking about wanting a boyfriend, I want to say, makes me feel like she's gonna get one. And I don't know if we would bring in a character that we don't know, because it could be an interesting way to present this to somebody, and it could be a really good like conflict way of, similar to what we saw in Ted, of Buffy sort of rejecting a father figure. Of course she had her reasons, but I just mean that like it could be an interesting way to create conflict and drama, or it could be a really interesting way to sort of make Giles even more a part of Buffy's family if the boyfriend was to be Giles. So much questions with that, Joyce, but I am paying attention, and I hope that we get more of her in season 5, because even though for some reason I really didn't like her at first, I really have grown to love her character, and I'm happy whenever she's here. Oh yeah, and I feel like I want to talk about the ending. Like, I still don't really understand that ending. I feel like I don't trust anything that has been happening in Buffy, because I'm like, after Restless, I feel like everything could be a dream, and the dreams could be connected. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. I honestly don't know. But I feel like this girl, Buffy's sister, I think she's the only character that we have sort of met this episode, right? Because I was saying that I thought we were going to be presented to a new character that would be getting into the season, because that's what they did to Riley and Walsh. They presented us to them in 401. So I was waiting to meet somebody in 501, and I feel like she's the only person other than Dracula. But I'm not, like, sensing things from Dracula. Like, I don't think he's going to be a character that stays. And I think that the only other person that I feel like we actually sort of met is this girl in the end. So I wonder if she could become an interesting character. I wonder if this is something that they're going to show us right now and then just completely forget about it for months and, like, never give us an explanation. She felt very, like, dreamy. Like, I don't know, I saw her and I thought it was going to be Faith for a second, just because I feel like that's where Buffy and Faith talked in, like, Dreamland or whatever. Like, I don't know, everything about the dreams and stuff, I'm like, what's real? What's not? Who is this? Who is this? I don't understand. But I'm sure I'm going to have answers, like, at some point. Also, about characters, I'm a little bit surprised with the Anya, like, dynamic of the episode, because she got upped to series regular, which I was so excited for, but I feel like she had the same amount of screen time. So I was like, okay, well, good for you. She's probably getting paid more, but it still feels like I wanted more Anya. I feel like no matter how much Anya they give me, I'm always going to want more. So I do hope they find other ways to use her character throughout the season. I feel like it's only episode 1, so I'm gonna cut them some slack, because I feel like we also only saw Spike for like one scene. So I'm sure they have like other plans for them, and I just need to have like patience. Also, just like a fun twist that she would know Dracula. I feel like those are the things that I just love about Anya. The like fun facts that they can just sort of throw. Like, yeah, she knows Dracula because she was alive for like billions of years. So it's just always fun. I feel like she can always bring something new. And also, like, I don't know, talking about Anya makes me think about Xander in a similar way that it feels like we're setting up a new future for Giles, right? Because it's, you know, Buffy asked something big of him, I want to say. It also feels like Xander had a switch this episode, because he was like, I'm not going to be the, I don't know, spider-eating bitch boy or something. And I was like, yes, go for it, Xander. Like, let's grow. I don't know. I don't want to say grow because I feel like he has grown so much emotionally. I feel like he has become so great that I don't want to use the word grow. But what I do mean is like, I want him to find something. I want him to find an inspiration. I want to find a motivation in something like that. So this was fun because I think he noticed that himself. He's tired of being like walked on and stuff like that. And I think he wants to make himself more useful to the group. So I'm excited to figure out like how he's going to do that. Because I feel like he's going to actively look for it in a similar way that Giles was ready to go look for it in England. So yeah, fun stuff. I'm glad that they're sort of like addressing these problems from season 4. And I guess the other like sort of season 4 problem when it comes to relationship was Buffy and Willow's friendship, I want to say, because they were a little bit distant. And while I don't think they have exactly covered it right now, I do think it's going to be a big part of the season is them getting that friendship back. And I feel like maybe we didn't get that so much from this episode because they're not in the dorm yet. So they're not exactly like sharing the same room, living that roommate life. So there's not like that bond over there in that specific moment. But yeah, it was really fun to see like also Tara totally fitting into the dynamic of the group together with Riley. It's nice to see like they fully made the switch to like absorb these new people into it, and I dig it, of course, and I'm curious to see how Spike is going to like sort of fit in, because right now it feels like he is the only one. Yeah, I mean Anya has been in for a while, so I just mean that like Spike seems like the only main character who's like not actually part of the group. So I'm just interested to see how that dynamic is going to switch up as they keep going through the seasons and the show as a whole. But yeah, his dynamic was really interesting talking to Riley. I feel like I've never really imagined both of these people talking, so it's always interesting when they find these combos that really sort of blow me away. And it was fun to see like Riley and Giles also have a little something. So this episode had a lot of different, I want to say like friendships and groups and dynamics that I was like, okay, this is interesting. I wonder if like we're gonna explore more of this or if it's just like a one-off, but I'm having fun. I did think it was interesting that we haven't actually focused on the university yet at all, because I feel like, I don't know, 401 was extremely focused on like the university experience and really getting to it, and then now I don't know if this is like sort of a setup for this season in a way, telling us that like they are in university, but it's not going to be in the forefront of the season, because I feel like that was a big part of season 4. Not in the same way as the high school, but in an interesting way of like the dorms were already like a really important setting, and the characters, you know, Riley and Walsh, who came in through the university, ended up becoming really huge characters and stuff like that. So I feel like the university was a big part of season 4, and I kind of missed seeing it in season 5, but it seems like they're still on vacations or something. So it makes me very curious to see if they're really gonna sort of shy away from the university for a bit. Lastly, I just want to talk about Dracula again before I close this video. Something that I thought was interesting is that he also seems to be connected. Like, he seems to be a monster of the week. But he seems a little bit more connected to the big bad than the regular monster of the week, just because he said the one phrase that I remember closing the episode. I think it was Tara who said it, right? That closed restless, you know, of the like, you're not ready or something like that. And he's also saying things like he seems to have a lot more knowledge than a regular big bad. He knows what they did with the spell. He knows about the first Slayer. Like, he has some knowledge that goes beyond just somebody coming into Sunnydale and trying to kill Buffy, like we have seen a billion times before. So interesting. I don't know what this could mean, but he definitely feels like an more important character than a regular monster of the week. And just in general, I also thought it was interesting to have them call him Master, and the fact that Buffy faked it for a second that she was under his control when she was actually not, just like she did in Prophecy Girl. I was like, ooh, because every time they said Master, I was thinking of like season 1 Master. So yeah, I just want to know sort of what Dracula's like connection is to the big bad, if there is any. I want to understand a little bit more about just what's happening, where the Slayers come from. So many questions, and I am excited to find out all the answers. So the title of 502 is Real Me. Okay. I should come up with predictions because I usually do that, but I don't know what real me could be. Okay. Real me. I feel like it's got to be focused on Buffy, right? Because this season just seems like Buffy focused because we're talking about the Slayers, like the origin of the Slayers and stuff like that. It feels like it's got to be focused on Buffy finding out her roots and herself. So maybe real me just has to do with them finding some sort of discovery about where this Slayer thing comes from. I think that would have to be my prediction. I think they're going to start, Giles is going to start doing his research, and I think he might make his first discovery in the next episode about who the Slayers really are, and Buffy's going to take that very personally as to thinking that that is who she is, or something like that. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to watch the next episode to find out, so I hope I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in 502. Bye-bye.